What is up, Finn fans? I am a little bit early. I'm about 20 minutes early. My daughter really wants me to put her to sleep. She is losing her marbles right now. So I thought I'm going to go online early, going to hang out with you guys for about 45 minutes, try to answer as many of your questions as possible. And then I got to put the peanut to bed because she is beyond tired and extremely grumpy. Shout out though to Rhino Sith for 5 memberships. Let me tell you exactly who got those memberships. But shout out to everyone in the chat. First live stream in the off season. I had to come on with the news that's happening. Let me see who he so Don Green, Ken, Dread Bang Out, Chris Wilson Fishing, and Stave. Hope I pronounced your name right. You all got a gifted membership from Rhino Sith. The man, the myth, the legend. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. Like I said, I'm going to be hanging out for like 45 minutes. I can already hear her upstairs just losing her marbles. So I have to get back upstairs to put her to sleep because she is extremely grumpy. God's child, $2 donations to Step Doug. Will Tua accomplish more than Marino? I hope. I absolutely hope so. Shout out to everyone in here. Jonathan Miami said, I really hope the cap hit on the contract is not more than 35 a year. We'll see about that. Got to wait till the contract details come out. What's up, Vic? What's up, bud? Brother from another mother. What's up, Vic? Vic, I have to get back to you. I know you hit me up a while ago asking for some advice. I will get back to you. I apologize for taking forever to get back to you. Doug, have a great day. Doug, you're a great guy all around, especially with the charitable cause you sponsor. Thank you. Yeah, Clean the World is fantastic. Speaking of, do I have a Clean the World icon? I don't. I need to get one so I can put them in the live stream too. Sean Seipler, Clean the World. Link is in the description. Click on it. Fantastic guy, does fantastic things. Told them let Ogba put the hands on the ground and go. I think this team is going to play more like a team this year. That's going to make a difference. I hope so. Absolutely hope so. Maybe she's just excited about the 2 extension. Maybe. But I can hear her, like the vent goes right up to her room and I can hear her screaming and I feel horrible because my wife is up there because I thought she was going to be a little bit more subdued, easier to put to sleep. No. And then she's like, God, don't go downstairs. And I'm like, I got to. I told him I'd go live. Playoff game, he needs to win one. But also, here's my thought process, right? We'll go into his contract in a nutshell. We'll look at some of the details of it because he's not being paid the top quarterback in the NFL. He's not really even being paid top guaranteed money in the NFL. So it's not that bad. Doug, here's the big question. Who's next? I think Tyreek gets restructured. I think that's what's next. But I think signing wise, extension wise, you might have to wait till midseason. I think they want to see what Javon can do, and then they need to see that Jalen Phillips is healthy before they give these guys contract extensions. Plus, Jalen Phillips is on the 5th-year option. He's got that going for him next year. So if I had to choose between the two of Javon or Jalen, Javon would be next because there is no 5th-year option for him. He is a 2nd-round pick. Christian says, what do you think the Dolphins running back rotation will be in your beautiful mind? I appreciate that. I do have somewhat of a beautiful mind and not in the way that you think I mean. I think Mostert's your guy. You can't really, downgrade him, especially, leading the league in touchdowns. But I think it's going to be a healthy rotation of him and Devon Achane. And then I think they'll trickle in Jalen Wright a little bit. The biggest question is who makes the roster out of the running backs. You got Brooks, you got Wilson Jr., you got Savon Ahmed. Those 3 guys are fighting for that number 4 rotation spot. So that's where it's going to get really interesting. Hal D. Berry says with a $5 donation, hey Doug, love the show. You and Reese are my prime source for Dolphin news. Let's go, Fins. We are locked in for 4 years with Tua, and I am happy. Yeah. So it's a 4-year contract extension, which means he is on the books until, let me pull it up, I think 2029 or 2028. 2028. Let me look it up. Because it's essentially 4 years on top. Yeah, 2028 is the last year of his contract. But again, we don't know the ins and outs of it. It's a 4-year, $212.4 million contract, 167 total guaranteed. His average salary base is $53.1 million. But we don't know what the cap hit is. We don't know any of this other stuff. We don't know if there's a restructuring in his 2024 cap hit from the $23.1 million. There's so many questions that need to be answered. And when that contract comes out, I will be making a video for you about it. With the bringing back Agba, does that mean they're out on Yannick? I think so, Greg. I don't want it to be. He hasn't signed anywhere else, and they did bring a linebacker in to try out. I would love for them to sign Yannick Ngakoue as well as bringing in Agba, but I don't know. You check out the new Deadpool movie. I am going on Sunday. I can't do opening nights anymore. Having a 3-year-old is just not feasible. Need to get final decision on Tyreek. Yeah. They can, because his guaranteed money's gone after this season. They can move on from him next year and save a ton of cap space. He wants to stay in Miami. He's come out and already said he wants to stay in Miami. So remember, he said, don't trade me, all that stuff. So we'll see how that all pans out. Let's see. Does O-line worry you? Of course, 1,000% it worries me. 1,000% it worries me. Did they add the 5th-year numbers in the contract or not? No, the contract extension is essentially after 2024, I think. Again, I don't know the full details yet. When that all comes out, we'll look at it and see all that stuff. Josh Hart says, Doug, with Tua signed, where does your focus / other concern moves to on the team? Trenches. The interior of the defense and offensive line scare the crap out of me. So for me, it's the trenches. Hey, Doug, joined late, so forgive me if you already stated. Without seeing the details, are you happy with the extension? You're actually only about 8 minutes late. You're not too late. And you're only late because I had to start early because I have to go put my daughter to sleep. Without seeing the details, I'm okay with it, right? I wanted to see him take that next step because there is a part in his game that kind of hinders him from taking that next step at the end of the year and stuff. And yes, some of it does predicate on the offensive line, but some of it's him as well. But I like the fact that he is not the highest paid quarterback, and the way his contract is structured from the details that I got, there's some wiggle room. I think Joe Shad came out and said that there is some wiggle room for him to get it redone. Let me see if I can pull it out. So Jeff Darlington said, without seeing full, I'll just share screen, share the window, share the entire screen. Share. Okay. So this is what Jeff Darlington said. Without seeing full nuance of the contract, the simple numbers feel very fair. A tad more, 1.1 million per year than Goff, but a little less, 3 million in guarantee. Market deal without resetting the market. And that's a big thing, right? He's getting that market deal where he's in the top 5, but he's not resetting the market. At least in terms of negotiation, this feels like a win-win. And then there was another one. I think this one. So it's 53.1 a year for 4 years with reported 79% guaranteed. I proposed this. No, there was another one that talked about the fact that they could go back. This one, I think. According to Sport Trek, Tua's average percent of cap hit at signing is 20.8%, which is 11th among quarterbacks. With the NFL salary cap going up, this is not a contract that should entirely prohibit the Miami Dolphins from maintaining a competitive roster. So that's huge, that they can still add players and still do the things that they need to do. Dougley, the sensible Dolphin YouTuber, I appreciate that, my man. Two other franchise quarterbacks say, come on, haters, you can say it. How long until Holland gets paid? I'm thinking middle of the season, if I had to put a number or a guesstimate on it. Hi, Doug's greeting from Iowa. Love you, bro. God bless you and your family. I appreciate that, James. Derek Love with the $10 donation. Are you planning to get these press credentials like Omar has suggested for training camp? Would be cool for you to get the respect you deserve for the following you have in your hard work. So I've been trying to get in touch with the Miami Dolphins PR team. I've been emailing all these different people. No one has answered me back. Then I had something lined up that I can't go into details I'm talking about, that they emailed me back to let me know, hey, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. So then I was like, hey, now that I got you, how do I go about getting my credentials? And then they never emailed me back. So from what I'm hearing, it's really hard to get credentials. I've been trying for months. And I'm just not gonna have credentials. So, I'm gonna sit with you guys on the 15th and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna watch training camp, take pictures. I'm gonna be vlogging. It'll be fun. But no, I doubt I'll get credentials. Hey dog, there any news on Connor Williams? I think he's meeting with the Seattle Seahawks, and supposedly he's cleared to start the season, or he's physically cleared or something. We'll see how that pans out. Hey Doug, besides Holland and Chubb, who else are you seeing becoming a cap casualty next season? Holland, besides Holland, you mean Holland? He's not under contract next year, so he really wouldn't be a cap casualty. I think Javon Holland actually probably might get some money. Tron Armstead. And then it depends on what they do with Jalen Ramsey and Tyreek Hill. But Tron Armstead, as much as I don't want to, I think he's going to retire, though. I think he played it out. Kurt Wells, I was optimistic about Tua until I watched his play against the Bills in Week 17 live in Miami. I do not think he will elevate his team. That warrants him earning the third most annually. Let's go Fins. I will say this, because that Bills game, Tua did play well in some aspects. And then, of course, there's the last pass where it was the interception. Some of it could be on Tua. Some of it definitely is on Chase Claypool. The last two games of the season, even that Chiefs game, the Dolphins, the more injury they got, the more the air was left out of the team. So I don't know how much I put of that on Tua. Obviously, he's part of the team. So I think the team was the problem the last three games. So obviously, I blame Tua as well because he's part of the team. But I'm not going to put all of my eggs in one basket saying it's Tua Tagovailoa. My man, Engraven, what's up, brother? I didn't get a chance to catch your Tua vid yet. How you feeling about it? I'm feeling good. I want to see the structure, but I'm feeling good. I like that it's not the highest paid. I need to see where the out is. But I'm hoping that, him feeling that, he's getting the respect and he's getting the contract that he deserved, that he's going to, fight hard and play hard. But, this is the third year in the same offense. So hopefully he takes that next step. If not, Scott says the contract is fair without seeing all the numbers. The big question is what took Greer so long? This version should have been inked weeks ago. I talked about this in the video. So if you haven't seen my Tua's contract video, I'll talk about it now. Supposedly, and again, this is supposedly, so take it with whatever. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. I'm not saying this is facts, supposedly. His agency wanted him to take $175 million guaranteed. And that's what took Chris Greer so long, is that they didn't want to go up to $175 million guaranteed. So they waited. And they were like, we can offer him this, and then 175, and we can offer him this. And we want 175. Supposedly Tua is the one who took 164, 167. Tua is the one who took it. Tua went against the advice of his agent and took 167 to get the contract done with, supposedly. So it's a whole negotiation process. That's what it is. It's, you know, you throw a number out, then you throw another out, then you throw a number out, and you try to get as close as possible to where you meet. But if one person isn't ready to move and the other person keeps moving and the person says, no, all right, then it gets to a point where the other person's like, I'm compromising, you're not compromising, I'm not compromising anymore. So we'll see. Antonio says, Doug, are we going to see you and TD at training camp together? Would love to see a live coverage from both of you. Yes. I think we already talked about it. He asked me when I'm going to be down there. So yeah. God shout out to Doug. Now that Tua's contract is situated, what's your realistic expectation for him this year? I got a whole video on that. I think I put it out before when training camp ends and before the season starts. I think there's like 2 weeks. I do my Tua Tagovailoa expectation, my Miami Dolphins expectation, and then I do my my record prediction. So I don't want to spoil it, but I got one planned for you guys. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. Doug, have you heard of any additional incentives Tua can make for winning playoff games? Not yet. I have not heard any incentive-based or anything of that yet. But that'd be pretty cool, you know, bump up his number there. So we'll see. Call TD now. I think he texted me. He knew this was going to happen, and he called this happening, and he said that it was going to happen by the end of the week. So if you remember, when the offseason started, I said Tua will sign his, I think Tua will sign his contract before the start of training camp. I was 3 days late because the start of training camp was the 24th, and now it's the 26th. So I was 2 days off. I also said once that deadline moved, I said I can't see him not being signed before Sunday, because it's open to the public. And if you don't have him signed and he's still like, hey, I'm not doing anything till I'm signed, it's a bad look for having all those people out there. So, yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Joe, with a ton of question marks, says, I don't understand how any of you could be optimistic about this season. Did you not watch the second half of the season? Injuries. Without those injuries, without those major injuries, I think the Dolphins have a different second half of the season. I think the Dolphins beat the Bills if they didn't have complete decimation of injuries. But anything could happen. Life's too short to be so negative. Doug, check that clip from Ian Rappaport. What clip? Josh Allen's contract is already hurting the Bills, and he's going to want more now. He's going to want way more. And supposedly he threw like 4 interceptions today at practice. Tua's also went 1-6 against teams with winning records. The Miami Dolphins went 1-6. Tua actually played very well against the Eagles. There was another game he actually played really well against. So it's not Tua went 1-6 against teams with winning records. The Miami Dolphins did. But it is what it is. I love how you say Dolphins are cooked and you have a Dolphin logo and your name is Fins Fan 7. The Dolphin, like, are you not a Dolphins fan? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I can't wait for this year for Josh Allen to be whack without Diggs. I think he's going to rely heavily on the tight ends. We'll see how that rookie does, but I think you're going to get a huge dose of tight ends. Taiwan with the 5er. He says, even though I don't believe to the answer, I'm happy he was able to get money for him and his family. This just better not be another Tannehill. Agree 1,000,000% with that, Twan. 1,000,000% I agree with that. That's why I really want to see where the out is. I'm not the type of person who's like, give him another year. Give him another year. He's getting it. Give him another year. We need another year. We need no. because he starts to check off the marks for me. Because last year, my if you go back and watch my expectations for Tua, last year it was I need him to stay healthy and win a playoff game. Well, he stayed healthy. He just, we kind of fell apart at the end. So I agree 100% with you. No, Doug, Tua has been trash against good teams for years now. For years now. For years now. For years. Huh. Let me look that up. I just want to make sure I got that right. For years now, he's been bad against good teams. For years. Baltimore Ravens, 72% completion percentage, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns. Buffalo Bills, 72 completion percentage, 186 yards, 1 touchdown, 123 passer rating. Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, 56 completion percentage, 234 yards, 2 touchdown, 104 passer rating. But he's been bad against good teams for years now. It doesn't make sense. It's not been years now, and it's a team thing. Rhino says, "What's up, Doug? Did anything happen today?" No, been a fairly quiet day. KY Finn says, "Do you think with pieces missing from the Bills this year is the year to take the division? Our schedule second half scares me, boss." Yeah, this is the year you put everything together. But again, we also lost a ton of good pieces, especially on the defense and especially on the offensive line. But yeah, this is the year, you try to find the little things, but you start to band together because you got to do it. You can't regress. You won 11 games, made it to the playoffs, back-to-back season. You can't regress. And that's what happened with the Dolphins under Brian Flores. They had a good record and then they started 1-7. It's like you can't have that regression. Kurt says, "Hey Doug, been a long time fan of the channel. You inspired me to start my own channel. Want to let you know I will be attending camp in the members section. I'll try to sneak you some videos." I appreciate that. Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. Got shot with the fiver says, "Fill in the blank. McDaniels is blank. Tua is his quarterback to." McDaniels is blank. Tua is his quarterback to prove he should have head coaching job security in the future for the Finns. Happy? I'm assuming that's what you're thinking of. McDaniels is happy Tua is his quarterback. Yeah, I think he's happy. I think they get along really well. Colin Cowherd had him ranked top 10 quarterback head coach duo. So yeah, 100%. I think he's absolutely happy to have him there. If Colin Cowherd has him high, Doug, did you upgrade your PO box? Not yet. I'm going to though, but not yet. It's like, what is it, like $300 and something? It's ridiculous for a PO box, but I'm going to update it. Do you think the deal makes the team more confident to win? I think it helps the players feel like their hard work will be paid off. But no, I don't. I think they've been together and joint together, and it was no. I don't think the contract will make anything different in that aspect of it. Need to sign Ngaku, and he and Ogbo will have the no connection. Use iPostal instead of a PO box, Doug. iPostal. What is iPostal? I'm going to hang out for like 10 more minutes. I apologize for such a short stream, but my daughter is absolutely losing her mind. I want to go help my wife out right now. What's up, Big Heck? What carrot is 300? What? Drop passes prevented the win. Somewhat. There was other things that prevented some wins. It's a virtual address system. Interesting. Interesting. Let us know. I have some things for you. Will do. I will make a video about it. In the trenches with the $20 donation. Cook them haters, Doug. Fins up. Happy for Tua. Remember when y'all were all about tanking for him? He needs to prove it in the postseason now, win a playoff game, and go from there. We love you, Doug. Appreciate the big donation, my man. Cat for life. Fair deal. Finally, it's over. Football is back, baby. 100%. We can focus on other things instead of Tua's contract. It's one thing after another. We lost a good player on an O-line, but had some musical chairs last year. We should be equal there this year, I hope. We lost two good offensive line. We lost Robert Hunt. We lost Connor Williams. But yeah, that revolving door is ridiculous. Who's next? Hill, Holland, or Ramsey? I don't think Ramsey's next. I think they already redid his contract. Holland would be next in getting an extension of restructuring. I would say Tyreek Hill. Especially because it's been known that he kind of wants to get paid a little bit more. Doug, you ready to die in the Florida heat? No, I'm not looking forward to August. Doug, been with you since 3,000. Jose, my man, we're 48,100. We're getting very close to 50K. I got that jersey giveaway for one of you great people. You think we're going to the Super Bowl? Not this year. I think we have a chance to get to the play. All you have to do is get into the playoffs. You know, you get in the door, get in the tournament, and anything could happen. Look at the Giants that one year where they got a wild card and ran the whole thing and beat the Patriots. But if you had to tell me right now, put money on it, is the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl or getting to the Super Bowl this year? No, I don't think so. The trenches scare me too much. And it's more of the interior on both sides still scare me to think that anything's going to really happen. So, yeah. Doug, do you think our O-line can help us win a playoff game as is? Do you think they're going to be the reason we lose a playoff game? So just miss the playoffs. I'm hoping that we can, somebody steps up or somebody can make an adjustment. But yeah, it worries me. It really does worry me that much. Michael said, don't be a hater, dog. We're Super Bowl bound. Man, I would love it. But you guys know my motto. I'd rather be surprised than let down. Because it's just, I can't. Thanks for being so honest and positive. This community really needs you. I appreciate that. I'm just being me. Some people think I'm a homer. Some people think I'm a fence hopper. Some people think all these things. Some people think I do this to get clicks. I do this to get subscribers. I patronize. I talk more to one side of the fan base than the other, or I say things for. I promise you, I don't. I literally, I literally am just me, 100% me. This is what I am on and off. To the people who have met me can attest to it. This is just who I am. We're gonna lose. Hey, you've been a member for 36 months, and there goes my camera. All right. Well, with that being said, wanted to come on here, go live for a little bit. I'm gonna go help my wife. My daughter's absolutely losing her mind. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm sorry that it's such a short live stream. I'm gonna try to go live again for a little bit longer. I'll go early in the day. But I love you guys. Thank you. Let me get this donation in here. Here, snaps are an issue again. Please no. Oh God. Yeah, I hope not. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Again, sorry for such a short stream. I wanted to come live, but my daughter's losing her mind. So let me go take care of that. But like usual, stay classy. F's up.